Hey folks, I understand this may be a bit unusual, but here I am defending one Calvinist from another Calvinist. Back on August 13th of this year, 2025, James White put out a video on penal substitution. Now, I joined the live comments and noted that James has previously affirmed PSA is a late development and uniquely a Reformed doctrine. Of course, his sidekick, Rich Pierce, immediately shadow banned me for daring to agree with James on this. But the very next day, August 14th, James went on for an impromptu part 2, where he denied ever claiming PSA as a late development. He then targeted Redeemed Zoomer for rightly noting PSA is a late development and therefore cannot be an essential of the faith. James called Redeemed Zoomer a heretic over this, claiming he was denying the gospel itself. And again, Redeemed Zoomer was taking the very same stand that James White has taken on this issue. So will James now come out and admit that as recently as 2022, he too was denying the very gospel? That seems unlikely. What's changed? Is James's memory failing? Is he attacking Redeemed Zoomer in hopes of remaining relevant and spurring engagement? Is he jealous of Redeemed Zoomer's youth and success? Or is James continuing to argue from expedience and inconsistency as he desperately seeks to keep his theology of straw held together? Regardless, this is an unchristlike bullying of a younger Christian for taking the exact same stand as James, and it's shameful.
And look, penal substitutionary atonement is a Reformed doctrine. It's a Reformed doctrine.
One day later.
I don't know what Protestants you're talking about. If you're talking about us, we don't say they're later developments.
Flashback.
And you end up with Anselm and Abelard and their discussions, in the medieval period in regards to what the real nature of the atonement is. And the very fact that there's still this conversation going on shows how late in development what we have in Reformed circles really is. But then Redeemed Zoomer responded to him and said, we don't claim they're wrong because they're later developments. We claim that they can't be absolutely essential to Christianity if they're later developments. Sola fide and PSA are not essential to Christianity. That's Redeemed Zoomer. Quote, Sola fide and PSA are not essential to Christianity. So evidently, Redeemed Zoomer doesn't believe that the gospel is definitional of Christianity. That's not unusual. That's not unusual. He claims he's in the PCUSA to redeem it from heretics. He's a heretic himself.
Later, in the void.
And the very fact that there's still this conversation going on shows how late in development what we have in Reformed circles really is.
You get the idea.
He's a heretic himself.